Okay, we'll look at a couple of examples where we convert a percentage to a fraction, and also we convert that to a decimal. Now, the simplest way to do this is when we are converting a percentage to a fraction. So the first thing we'll do is to convert it to a fraction. So first we'll go excuse me. So all you do, pretty simply, you take whatever percentage it is, so 15%, okay, whatever it is, you write it as a fraction, simply 15 divided by, or 15 over 100, and then you just simplify that. So if you simplify that, you look for the highest common factor between 15 and 100, which is, let's start by 5, so we divide by 5 and divide by 5, and we end up getting 15 divided by 5 is 3, 100 divided by 5 is 20. So that becomes 3 over 20, and that's your fraction. In terms of changing it to a decimal, okay, so now let's change that to a decimal. Okay, so all you do, you take, so 15% to a decimal, all you do is 15 over 100, as we know that this line means divide by. So all we do is we do 15 divided by 100. And as we've learned that when we are dividing by a number that is a multiple of 10, 100 has got 2 zeros. When we're dividing, the decimal point which resides right at the end of a whole number moves left. 100 has got 2 zeros, so therefore this decimal point goes 2 places to the left, and we end up with 0.15. Okay? Now, let's look at 110%. Now, if the number is more than 100%, it doesn't mean that you do anything different. We follow the same process. So for 110%, we have 110%. Rewrite it as a fraction, 110 over 100. So what we need to remember, as we know that percent means out of 100. Okay, so we rewrite it over 100. And all we do is we simplify that. Now you can either use your calculator, or you know that if you divide both numbers by 10, if we divide 110 by 10 and 100 by 10, the last two digits disappear, and we end up with 11 over a 10. If we rewrite that as a proper mixed fraction, okay, that's 1 and 1/10. Now let's change that to a decimal. So again, same process. We have 110% to a decimal. 110 divide by 100. Decimal numbers right at the end. Decimal point right at the end. Dividing by 100 means we're shifting 2 places to the left. And we end up with 1.1.